either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Your girl has been calling for days. I get it in all different ways. The world is parades, yeah, we like. And none of my people are patient. We look like we on a vacation.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guys are going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, Rosen going deep here for Landry. He rifles one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Landry, the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A 1st carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green 18, back north.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They're still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay 1st.
That's fine. Yeah. We are going. Three down. Zoom. Hey, check 26. Inside. No.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Going deep for Montgomery. Got a man, it's caught And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that one results in 35 yards. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
4 down.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intent. Receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Zoom. Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They pitch it out to Johnson. And he's got room. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 40. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Get 300. Get 300. 319.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Right now, you got 58. Rio going. Ringo. 57, Mike 57. 59.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
319.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
319, 158.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Bynes in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and that will make it 6-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Watch it now, Barney.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's got some space here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Back down, Philly. Here we go. Good.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And a loose football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. That's caught by Montgomery. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down.
Hey. Where y'all going?
Throwing now is Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Rosen to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, Rosen going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Jermaine Gresham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Montgomery. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Now Rosen back into his end zone. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
And Gresham has it left side. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw on first down to Josh Rosen. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with them this way?
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. Looking deep for Adams. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Trevor Davis now to return. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on third down, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. He won't go down. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd down, Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
They come out here in the eye.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it with Johnson. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Dawson tacks on the point after, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, 626. Hey, no. 319. 319.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
That's fine, yeah.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Zoom.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Graham, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer 1st down. Rodgers now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
All right.
Rodgers again now. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Green 19th and on it. Oko over here.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Zoom. Hey, 50.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Caught by Adams. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gone! All right, now, lock it 56. Lock it.
Now Rosen. This one complete to Gresham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
He's going to air one out. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Rodgers to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Buda Baker with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back now at Lambeau. On 2nd down, Rosen. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Mike Daniels able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. They go play action. It's Rosen. Going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Rodgers going to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Hey. 158!
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
56.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Letting one go deep for the end. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Hey, check 26.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Jump out! Yeah, Liz. Here we go. 58.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. He's going to fire one. He's got him in. Complete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Chandler Jones in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
No. Check. Patriot.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone. Wide, get wide. All right, now, lucky 56. Gone.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll be 4th down. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced them to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Right. Zoom. Back to norm. Check three.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 60 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And able to find Graham. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trey Boston. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch it now, Barney!
And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass and want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Johnson, he's been busy this afternoon. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime.